Hi, my name is Wanda Hewer, Hewer. I'm the founder of Ghost Hunters of Guelph Paranormal Team and GhostHuntersofGuelph.com. I would like to give my account of the investigation at the Jeff Priest Barn in Puslinch, Ontario. I received an email through my website from Jeff Priest explaining puzzling paranormal events he had experienced on his Puslinch farm. I grew up in Puslinch myself, so I had a strong curiosity about it and arranged an investigation for June 26th. I first met Jeff at an agreed-upon meeting spot and followed him back to the location of the barn. On entering the barn, a very strong feeling of depression came over me, and I distinctly felt the presence of an older man, a farmer having a very demanding and suppressive personality, very ominous and territorial. My team ventured cautiously as Jeff described the condition of the barn and pointed out the areas that may not be structurally safe. I moved slowly to psychically feel and see what spirit energy might be around while we snapped photos and asked questions into the digital recorder. Then Jeff placed the recorder on the bottom of the stairs to the lower level and let it run for a while. While I was standing near the entry area, I sensed a very young male spirit showing me a commotion of energy happening over on the far right of the barn in a sheltered area. It became more visible to me of a woman in childbirth. I felt the woman was nearly dying. After an investigation, as I go quiet in the evening at home, I invite the spirits from the investigation to come forth and communicate with me. I tell them I will be listening for them, and they don't have to worry about scaring me because I don't frighten easily. So, following this investigation, as I'm lying in bed, I saw a woman swoop in and approach me. She placed a hand on each of my shoulders and shoved with enough force that I felt my bed push back and then spring forward with the force of her push. While shoving me, she shouted, "I'm going to get that carcass." She sounded desperate and tired of waiting. Then she quickly retreated as she faded away. Her skin was gray and shadowy, and she seemed in her 30s, wearing a beige pioneer skirt and long-sleeved white blouse with a small frill down the front. She seemed very hungry and didn't look very well. Her mission was to get that carcass, no matter what danger awaited her. I felt surprised, yet intrigued, and now once again I have personal evidence of life beyond living. I think these experiences happen to me because I acknowledge the existence of spirit and ask for their contact. It makes me want to continue to do this work as I believe that I'm more than my physical body. Spirits in body or out of body need acknowledgement to be able to move forward on their journey. My post-investigation research into the old pioneer days of Puslinch discovered information in a letter from Martin Casson, who states that he can remember when the Indians would camp in the district and that he had seen as many as 65 deer lying dead in those camps on their return from a hunting tour. The Indians would trade a carcass of deer after the hide had been taken off for a loaf of bread. The Priest Walker Maltby barn in Puslinch was a very intriguing investigation and produced much evidence. The spirits may still be there in the barn working out their issues on their own time. A few days following the investigation, I had reviewed the recordings for evidence of spirit voices as EVP and reviewed the pictures for visual anomalies. Near the top of the stairs, I asked, "What is your name?" and on playback of the recorder, you hear an answer, "Jacob." I asked, "How old are you?" and I hear him saying 95. Here is a screen captured upstairs when we were all standing near the entrance of the barn. While the recorder was on, I was showing Jeff the on-off button so he could place it downstairs. When the recorder was downstairs in the basement at the bottom of the stairs, the recorder picked up strange growling, and the growling goes along well with a picture of a wolf inside the orb that really looks like a wolf. And that was also taken downstairs over Jeff's shoulder. There's growling. In my post-investigation research, I came across this ghost legend that on Lot 13, Concession 7, the mysterious Welshman, as he was so often referred to in the early days, lived on this lot as a squatter, even before the earliest settlers, and was looked upon as a rather sinister character. The legend was that after he died his ghost would appear, so that he would cause some of the settlers to gallop their horses when passing this place on Brock Road at night. There was also a plane crash near the Maltby property on January 7, 1943. 3 airmen died when their plane plowed into a field on the farm occupied by Charles Maltby. He was the first one on the scene after the plane had nose-dived to the ground. It was a twin-motored Avro Anson bomber, used only for instruction from No. 16 Service Flying Training School at Hagersville. So the property has a lot of interesting history with it, and I'm hoping to go back there and have another look. Thank you for listening.